Hey guys, welcome to our video today. I have athlete Kelly Berger here and she's awesome and I'm excited to share with you a practice today for the everyday athlete. So Kelly teaches a lot of classes, runs every day, and also used to play lacrosse for USA. And so we're gonna walk through today just kind of an athlete's body and the way that we can work together for those of you that take a lot of classes, teach a lot of classes, and do a lot of your own workouts. And then afterwards, Kelly's gonna share some tips on her fitness and fashion blog that you guys can check out, which will be linked for you below. Okay, Kelly, let's get started in child's pose. So we're just gonna untuck our toes, send our hips back. And a lot of athletes have a lot of foot cramps and sometimes they come up in child's pose. So if they ever do, you can always cross your feet in this pose. I'm just gonna apply a little pressure to our low back and then our opposite shoulder, so our sling muscles, just to kind of see if there's a little bit more space where her tailbone can drop back more and where she can relax through the traps and the shoulders as well. And this is a pose that you can spend more time in, or this is a pose that you can allow yourself to kind of just move into when you want to rest or when it feels good. But for right now, I just want to start to find deeper breath. So let's inhale through our nose and then exhale out of our nose down the back of the throat, which is the ujjayi breath that normally as an athlete we don't find as we're running or working out, but in our yoga practice, this is where we can finally start to slow our breath down. So inhaling in, and you'll see her back rise a little bit, and then exhaling out. And then we'll inhale in and we'll come forward to our hands and our knees. And then we're each gonna flip our hands around so that our forearms face forward. And we're just gonna take our shoulders in circles around our wrists to kind of open up the front of the forearm. And then we're gonna reverse that circle. So we'll just take the shoulder bones in the opposite direction. And then just find stillness. So slowly we're gonna inhale, raise our heart for cow pose, look up at the sky so our tailbone sticks out behind us. And then hold here, feel the stretch in the chest and through the core. And then we're gonna exhale, curl the spine, look back at our belly button, and then press our back way up into the air. From here, we'll come back to a neutral spine where we're gonna spin our hands forward. And that's where we're gonna come to our first downward facing dog. So toes curl, and then tailbone pushes back. So everyone's initial response to down dog is very different. So you just wanna make sure the fingers are spread wide, which will take any pressure in the wrist. And that even though she's tight in her hamstrings, so she's working to allow them to get a little bit more open, we want them to have a little bend. So micro bend your knees. And then from there, take your chest and you should be able to push it back a hair more as your head relaxes down. I'm gonna apply a little pressure to our low back just to see if we can get a bit more extension here. Take a big inhale. And then exhale it out. Good. Shift forward and back to plank one time for me. So come forward and pause. Good. And then exhale, pushing back to your down dog. Press back. Good. From there, we're gonna meet our hands and toes in the middle. So Kelly's just gonna walk her hands back towards her toes and her toes forward to our hands so that we can fold forward. Exhale to grab opposite elbows. Drop your head all the way down. And then just hang your heart over your thighs. And then the only thing I'll encourage you to do here is really allow the head to drop. That way there's no tension in the cervical spine, the neck. And there's a soft bend to the knees again, which allows you to fold in a little bit more. So the tighter you are, the more you can work with even bending the knees to allow the belly to rest on the thighs, or you can always place the hands down on the mat. So we'll go ahead and release our hands down to our mat. We're gonna inhale, roll up to stand from where we are. Take our arms high up into the air. Take a big full inhale. And then exhale, release the hands back and just go ahead and step forward to the top of your mat. From here, we're just gonna simply step our left foot back so that we can create a lunge. And then lift your chest forward, and we're gonna do a small pelvic tilt. So right now our stomachs are slightly forward, so we're just gonna draw in with our pelvis, and that's gonna soften our back knee, good. And then exhale, press through the back heel, lengthen out from the left hip flexor. And then we're just gonna bring that knee all the way down. Untuck your back toe, bring your palms forward to frame your foot. And we're gonna keep our back toe untucked, okay? So we're gonna press into the top of it, raise our shin, and then you'll feel that a lot at the top of your foot and then through your shin. And then exhale, you're gonna slowly put it down. And then we're gonna inhale, bring our arms up high into the sky, take a full breath. Exhale, lower the hands back down, and then we're gonna repeat that same sequence with the back leg. So inhale up, and exhale, lower. Now the right hand's gonna reach for the right thigh. Inhale the left arm up high, take a big full breath. And then exhale, go ahead and take your hips, Kelly, move them back in line with your bent knee. Good, take this hand outside of your thigh and your right hand at your lower back. And just rotate and look over the back shoulder. So she should feel a good bit in her left hip flexor, so the front of her thigh, but if she wants to, she can squeeze her left butt a little bit more, so fire up your left tail, and that's gonna help her feel even more in the hips. On your next breath, come forward, inhale your arms up to the sky. Good, and then we're gonna exhale, frame our foot, and this is a great opportunity to use blocks, so we'll pick up our back knee, grab our blocks, keep them on the highest height as we straighten both legs and look back at our left foot. Exhale, you can always take a big breath out of the mouth here. It's up to you. Just breathe into your hips. Good. Rebend the front knee when you're ready. Walk your blocks forward. And then place your left palm down. We're just going to twist as the right arm reaches. Good. So holding the twist, she should start to notice a little bit of fatigue in her legs. So we're gonna lift our back left hamstring up a little bit more. And then from there, if she can, we're gonna roll through the chest. 3. Good, lean back. 2. And then framing the foot, we'll place our hand down and we'll step back to our first plank together. It's funny because for athletes, even though this is a challenging pose, it's almost easy because you're excited to be here where you're not stretching too much. And we're gonna lower all the way down through Chaturanga, laying our stomach down. Go ahead and take your fingertips off of your mat in line with your shoulder bones. And then inhale, pick your heart up, and then lift your chest forward. Good, exhale, bring it back down. We're gonna do that one more time. So inhale, bring the chest up, bend the knees this time. Imagine your toes were touching your head. And then relax your chest a little bit and just wag your feet side to side, so roll your quads out. Good, release the chest down and then release the feet down. We'll press up and back to child's pose. Exhale, hips to heels and then lower. So breathe in and breathe out. Make your way back to your hands and knees. We're gonna return to the wrist stretch, so rotate the palms. And if you can't do both hands at one time, just do one if you need to, and then start to make circles again with the shoulder bones around the wrist. And you might notice that it's becoming more open. It should feel a little bit better. And then reverse the circle, so the shoulder heads will go the opposite way. Good. And then we'll come into one cow pose, so inhale to look up. And then exhale to tuck the chin. And we'll rotate our hands forward and come into down dog for the second time. Press back. And normally when you arrive in a pose for the second or the third time, your body starts to really enjoy the movement and you start to maybe get a little bit deeper. So maybe walk your toes back just a bit more. Good, and then see if you can press with your heart. There you go. And now you'll see that she's completely relaxed finally in her traps and in her neck to enjoy the pose versus kind of hang out there. We'll come forward to plank, one breath. Exhale, back to down dog. Good, instead of walking the hands back to the toes and the toes forward, this time we're just gonna walk our toes forward. So try to use the balls of your feet so your hamstrings work, and then get all the way there, and then finally, keeping the hands down, bow forward on your exhale, look back between your knees. Good.
So tight.
Spider walk your fingers to the right. So around to 3 o'clock if you can. And it's funny because like my sensations in this pose are my hamstrings, but where are yours? Fully hamstring?
And even in the calf.
Okay.
Like, so tight, Kelly. That was ridiculous.
And then through center all the way over to the left.
If I did this every morning, I probably would have.
Exhale, come back to center. And then inhale, hands to shins. We're gonna take a half lift. And then we're gonna inhale, rise all the way up. Inhale the arms to the sky. Good, exhale the hands down. We'll take a lateral stretch here. So slide your right hand down your right leg. Inhale your left arm up and over your head. And then press your hips hard left as you lengthen. And then inhale, return to center, both arms up, biceps to the ears. Exhale, second side. Lengthen out the side body. And then inhale, bring both arms up one more time for me. Exhale, right through the midline to fold. We're gonna lift halfway, and last time we just stepped our foot back without our hands down. This time we're gonna keep our hands down, slide our right foot back. And then when we're ready, inhale, bring our hands to our hips. Good, so now we're working on the right hip flexor. We're working on the ball of the back foot. Also find some mobility in the ankles. So again, take your pelvis and then give it a tuck. And then once you tuck, the back knee will soften slightly there. From there, exhale, take your back heel, push it back and start to straighten the leg a bit more. Inhale, take your arms up for one breath. And then we're gonna lower our back knee down. Good, bring your hands forward for me. Untuck your back toe, so just like before, top of the foot down. Now, a lot of you are going to notice that this is going to be really painful if you're not used to this, so take your time. We're going to inhale, press and lift, and then really start to feel the quads soften and harden at the same time. Exhale, knee down. Now, if you need to tuck your toes again, you can. Otherwise, top of the foot stays down, and then inhale, raise your arms up. Good. Exhale, bring the hands down as we do that again. So we're going to press, lift, squeeze the butt to do so. 3, keep it up. 2, good, and lower. Left hand to our thigh bone this time. Inhale, right arm up. And now go ahead, Kelly, move your hips back some. Good, we're gonna take this right hand across us, grab the thigh, and then as the left hand comes to the low back, that's when we twist. Good, so stay there for me. And then I want you to, again, squeeze your right butt this time. So we're squeezing and igniting the glute of the leg that we're working, which is the right leg. So take another full inhale. Exhale, return back to center. Raise your arms high into the air. And then we'll frame our foot. We'll pick up our back knee. And then if you would like to, you can grab your blocks again. I'll show you without blocks. And we'll just pull our legs back, looking back at our toes, working on a hamstring stretch. So notice these aren't really challenging poses in terms of flexibility or even strength, but they're just enough to allow a body that's tight and muscular to warm up. All right, so we're pretty warm already. We can feel our muscles have started to move, and they've hopefully started to gain some flexibility. Now we're gonna bend our front knee together, root the right palm. You can push your blocks out of the way, and then from the shoulder, you'll twist and look up. Good, so as you twist, this should feel really good in the back. This should feel good along your heart. And then the only thing I want you to focus on is softening the elbow just a hair, softening the shoulder bone a hair, and then from there, lifting up higher. Exhale, we'll frame our foot, both hands down, stepping to plank again, lowering all the way down to our bellies. Now we can take up dog or cobra, so you can either lift your chest a few inches all the way, or even use your legs, so firm up your quads and lift your heart. Good, exhale, push back. Inhale, raise your right leg high. Exhale, step to the outside of your right hand. Lizard. Lower your back knee. Flex the right foot so it supinates, so big toe up. And then ground your left hand as your right hand comes to your right thigh, roll open. Bend your back knee if you can. And then maybe you'll take your right hand back to your foot. Good. So you'll notice Kelly's grabbed on the big toe side, which is totally fine, but from there she'll just walk her hand around, which will open her shoulder. Good. 3, 2, we're both gonna release our hands down, and we're gonna take deep yogi squat. So pick up your back knee. 1, 2, 3, step forward and sink down. So there's a love-hate with this pose. Inhale, raise your arms high. Good. Exhale, keep them lifted as you come up halfway. And now bring your hands down to fold forward. Good. Slide your hands back between your feet for me. And then try to hold the back of your heels so your thumb and your index finger holds there. And then squeeze the outsides of your shoulders with the insides of your knees. There you go. And then pull your chest closer between the legs and look all the way back. So you're gonna feel a big stretch here along the traps. So as she starts to engage her inner thighs more and hug into the arms, that's where you're gonna feel that work. On your next breath, release the hands. Halfway lift your spine. And then exhale, we'll fold and we'll step back to our plank. From here, we'll just push right back to down dog, tailbone high. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step to the outside of our left hand. Lower the back right knee when you're ready. Supinate the foot, turn it out. Inhale, raise the left hand, stay or take it to your left leg and then twist. Good. Stay here or bend and grab.
Yeah, no.
Not that side. And that's normal, especially for tight bodies, to have a side that's more flexible and a side that's not. So releasing the foot, we'll bring our hands forward. We'll pick up our knee and then one more time, deep yogi squat, big step and drop. And this time just open your arms and then rock your hips side to side. So it's gonna feel funky. Good, and maybe we chant together next time we do this. And then on your next exhale, bring your hands down and we'll exhale to straight legs, drop in, good. Take your hands around your legs this time and grab your calf muscles, bend your elbows and just pull in. You should feel your body nice and warm. And then we're gonna place our hands on our shins, lift halfway, and we're gonna have a seat. Good. From here, our feet are gonna touch. We're gonna sit up nice and tall for bound angle, Baddha Konasana, and then slide your feet forward a little bit more. So it's more of a diamond shape. And then I want you to reach forward as you fold. Good. So I'm just gonna come in front of Kelly here and just kind of hold her palms. So you can just grab my forearms. And then we're gonna inhale together. I'm gonna exhale, offer her some assistance to come forward more. So if you're with a friend and you're practicing, this can be a great way to offer a simple assist. Notice my feet are grounded so that I can pull her. And then she'll let me know if she wants more or less, or just kind of I can start to feel her body. I can notice if she wants to be pulled more or if she's kind of holding back. I'm also gonna stand halfway, and then I'm gonna take another length here with her arms and then pull them down. And then from there, release. Nice. Slowly bring the knees in towards each other. So as you rise up, bring your knees together. Good. Wrap your left arm around your legs, raise your right arm high, and then root your fingertips down. And now take your right shoulder, drop it back down towards your wrists. Good. Exhale, we're just gonna take our right hand forward and around, our left arm up and around. And then notice when the hand comes down, the shoulder's up, so just drop the shoulder down and keep rotating. Good, come forward. From here, we're gonna extend our legs and slowly lay down onto our backs, bone by bone by bone. Go ahead and take your right knee to your belly, grab your shin and pull it in tight. Now I want you to keep your left hand on the shin, Kelly, and then your right arm's gonna come up into the air. Now we're gonna pick up our left leg together just a few inches, And then pull your left heel towards your right butt. Grab the foot, and then lay the knee back down. Good. From there, we're gonna slide our left hand behind the right leg, and we're gonna straighten it. So the goal here is to bring this front knee down and forward, which is really hard to do. But what we're doing is we're allowing our quad here to get a really nice stretch, and I'm just gonna offer some assistance right before the knee, so never pressing on the knee. And then this leg can move as much as she feels comfortable. Good. From here, we'll slowly just release and switch, so we'll allow the legs to come down gently, never quickly, and then let's pull our left knee into our chest. Right leg long. And that's a pose where you can pause our video and definitely do it for longer. From here, inhale, raise your left arm for me. Good. Feed your right foot towards your hand. And then let the knee drop. And then you'll tug this left knee in a little bit more, so use your arm muscles to do that. And then you can stay, or we can work to straighten our left leg. Good. So you definitely feel like a pretzel when you're in this shape. And you'll notice that Kelly's right knee is much higher off the earth than her left was, which just shows her right quads could be stronger or tighter. So it's all about noticing. So I'm noticing if I push, she's not going anywhere. So it's the kind of thing where you would just assist with breath. And then allow slowly, slowly for the body to get warmer and warmer in the pose. Good. On our next breath, we're going to gently hug our knees to our chest. Good. And then rock a bit side to side. And then we're going to slide our heels in towards our bottom. And we'll take a gentle bridge pose. So inhale, raise the pelvis to the sky. Good. And then just lift your hips. Push the back of your head down. Lift your chin off your throat. And then exhale, slowly lower. Place your hands on your thighs for me, and then push into your legs a lot, and then pull your shoulder blades down, and you should feel like your back just released or got a little bit longer. Press, 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 and now press as you pick up your butt at the same time, so hips up high. Now raise your arms over your head, and then see if you feel even lighter in this pose. A lot of times my legs feel heavy when I push up, and this helps me really press into my feet and use my butt to lift. As the hips slowly come down, bring the arms back up and over, place them back onto your thighs, push your thighs away. And then gently hug your knees back to your chest. Press your low back down for me. Roll your ankles around. Good. Exhale, come up to seated. And just quietly sit, allowing your palms to face up on your knees, and close your eyes for me. I want you to kind of see the changes in the body and feel them while we sit here, and lift your chest forward as your shoulder bones hug together. I want you to notice how just adding in a quick stretch or sequence, maybe before your day starts or at the end of the day, could assist your body in being stronger, more flexible, and feel healthier. Take a big inhale, raise your arms high for me, look all the way up at the sky, and then pull the hands down to your heart. Good, thanks for practicing today. And you'll also notice that with these poses, there's a lot of stuff that we didn't cover because there's 100 ways to open an athlete's body and to allow them to feel strong, healthy, and flexible. So check in for more videos with us in the future. And again, Kelly's blog will be linked below for you so you can learn about fashion and fitness tips. Thanks, guys.